What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Nerd World, episode 6. Got some exciting things today. There are currently Endermen everywhere because I spent almost a full day up in my creeper farm AFKing. But we'll just leave those guys alone. They'll despawn eventually, or they'll ruin everything. One of the two. We might kill a few here and there, but last episode, we finished up we made a lot of progress on the village and also the blacksmith shop. So what I did off screen is I went and collected some TNT, and what we're going to do with that TNT is go into the nether because it is time for us to get netherite. We probably could have gotten it a long time ago, but now's the time. And I prefer the TNT method to mining netherite. And I'll show you guys more what that is. But other exciting news is that I downloaded the replay mod. So we're going to have some great time lapses coming up here. I also went and got a bunch more shulker boxes. So we'll grab a couple of those in our inventory for some of the goodies that we'll be blowing up and getting access to in the nether. So let's go in here and find a good spot. The goals for today are I'm going to do another sheep farm so I can get every color of wool. And then I'm also going to, I think, start on the wall that I would like to build around the village. And that'll be a good test of the time-lapse capabilities of the replay mod and kind of get me used to using it, and I'm super excited for that. And we're going to go, this looks like a good spot right here. So we're just going to dig down into here, and we want to get to level 15 on the Z-axis, and we're already pretty close. This is generally how you want to travel or dig in the nether with some safety blocks in your hand. Generally, I like to try and stay where the netherrack is because we can insta-mine it even without a beacon. Here's level 15. So what we're going to do is we're just going to mine this way. Try to avoid the lava. So that's a bad direction. I'm going to go this way. There we go. Okay, so that's also a bad direction. Let's try this way. Oh, there's some netherite. We've got our first piece of ancient debris. And when you find ancient debris, you generally want to check a little bit around it because sometimes there's like a diagonal piece or something. But there's none right there, so we're just going to continue. We're going to build a long tunnel here, or dig out a long tunnel. Again, trying to avoid the lava. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so we're getting to the point where we're running into some blackstone. So we're going to go ahead and grab our TNT, and we're going to place TNT about 1 every 3 blocks for the whole length of this tunnel. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Some people go more or less blocks. I think the most you can do, I think it's 4, but I don't want to go back and relight them. Okay, now that we have our TNT placed and we have a safe spot from the blast zone, we're going to light that up. So we just uncovered a bunch of area. Not super worried about the gold. We're going to avoid the lava. We're just going to look around, see if we can find any netherrack. Or not netherrack, but ancient debris. Let's see. None in this round so far. But it does look like we got past a lot of that blackstone that we ran into. So we're just going to continue on with this method. I should be able to get enough with the amount of TNT that I have. And I just want to like outfit my armor and my tools. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I might do a chest piece just because. So 10. So each piece of netherite needs 4 ancient debris. And I think I have plenty of gold. We need 4 ancient debris for each piece of netherite. So we need 40 of these. Almost a full stack. And I think with this method, it generally goes pretty fast. I think we should be able to get enough with the amount of TNT that we have. And if not, we have a ton of gunpowder at home. All right. We'll get rid of that one. So now we've got a bit of a longer line of TNT here. We'll see if we uncover any more ancient debris with this. Take cover. There's one right there. And we'll just need to pillar up to that so we can mine it. Hope we don't get lava falling on our heads. There we go. There's another one. So we already have enough for our first piece of gear. Oh, there's a twofer. Awesome. All right, no more there. Let's see, is there any gold around here? We'll also want to gather up some of this gold because we'll also need 40 pieces of gold. If you mine these ores with your silk touch, normally with like a fortune, you'll get gold nuggets out of these. But if you mine with a silk touch, I'm actually going to get rid of this lava so we don't accidentally like burn any of it up. But as I was saying, if you mine with a silk touch pickaxe, you can get the actual ore blocks, and then if you smelt them, they'll actually turn into gold bars. So that'll be handy. We'll let that lava disappear, then we'll gather these up. But we'll need at least 40 of those for the amount of netherite that we want. In the nether, lava spreads faster, it disappears slower, and you burn for longer. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. Okay, let's gather up this gold with our silk touch. And yeah, unfortunately, you will not get the experience for it. But I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to gather up ancient debris and gold so that we can get our netherite gear. Alright, so 3 stacks of TNT got us 25 ancient debris, which will be enough to at least get us the our initial armor into netherite and our sword. So that's a good start. I'll probably make some more TNT and go back in and finish that project out. But yeah, I think 25 ancient debris for 3 stacks of TNT is pretty nice. And there we go. Now to the crafting table. Let's see. So 4 ancient debris. And 4 gold bars. Gives us 6 netherite. Now we can go into our blacksmith here with our blacksmith table. We'll do our sword. And we'll do our helmet, our pants, our boots, our pickaxe, and our other pickaxe. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go back into the nether, and we're going to get some more ancient debris and finish gearing ourselves out in netherite. How do I look? And done. Serious dedication. So we've got all our tools now. Very happy about that. So now we've got all of our netherite gear. We've got one piece of netherite extra for when I feel like putting that on a chest piece. But I'm pretty happy right now. We're all kitted out, and we're ready to get on to our next project. We'll start digging this out. Sheep farm will, a multicolored sheep farm will go here. Let's get some signage. We'll start labeling these. Sheep. I do eventually want to have a villager of every profession in the houses, and then some of them will just be like regular residential housing. But like for the ones like the tailor, we'll have the sheep farm in there, and then I'll also want a farming villager, and inside, maybe this one will bore down and have like melon farms and pumpkin farms and stuff like that. We'll need a lot of space for that as well, so that can probably we'll have the main residence of the farmers, or even like a single farmer up here up top, and then down below we can create a basement area that'll be pretty far reaching, where we'll have pumpkin and melon farms and stuff like that. Although this house right here could be a good spot for that too. We can lead this back courtyard out to some like nice decorative looking farms, and so the farmer can be like the wealthier villager, so he has a bigger residence because he's supplying food to everyone. Maybe we can even have like cows and stuff up there, just make it a whole big operation. Let's do farm. Maybe because we'll have chickens up there, we can have the Fletcher in a bit of a smaller operation here. This will be the Fletcher house. Alright, so we've got our netherite gear, and we've got one of each dye, so we're going to get that sheep farm set up. Going to grab the shulker box. Yeah, the shepherd's going to be here. I actually went onto the Minecraft wiki and looked up all the different villager professions that were possible. So we're going to start by digging out this area here. Now, as far as the sheep go, each cell is going to have to be 3 wide, or more like 2.5, because each sheep will be able to share one side. So like say you have a piece of grass here, you'll have a sheep here, piece of grass here, sheep here, piece of grass here. So like every other block will be a sheep, and then we'll need room for the item catching and all that. So we're gonna need quite a bit of space for this, and also like just a front room that we can decorate as like a shepherd's residence. And then maybe we'll create a little bit of a pathway out this direction and have like just a regular sheep pen. Maybe we'll have a jeb in there. We'll have some different colored sheep, just as sort of like an aesthetic thing, but then the actual colored wool production will be inside. Alright, so we've got our colors laid out, we've got our hole dug out, we've got our dyes, we've got our supplies, our materials, and we've got some sheep over yonder in that building right there. I'll need to breed up some more or bring over some more from the main base, but we've got a basic plan, and that's fantastic. I still need to figure out how exactly I want to do the collection mechanism. I'm just gonna do a single chest for each wool, because we're not gonna need a whole lot. We probably won't need most of the colors at all. It's just nice to be able to like have the selection, and then like periodically I can just empty it out and put it into more bulk storage once I get that set up. We've also got a pathway going up here. This will eventually be like an outdoor sheep pen for decoration. But the way the design is going to be is let's see, we're going to have these materials. We'll have an observer block. Let's do it here. There we go. So that block is observing that piece of grass. We'll have a dispenser here. And then we'll have a block here. We'll have a little blip of redstone there. So when the observer detects the sheep eating the grass, it will pop out a signal to this block here, which will power the dispenser, which will be filled with shears, and it'll shear the sheep. And then down below, we will have a chest. And then we will have a hopper. Then we will have a rail and a hopper minecart. So anything that falls on this block will go down to the hopper minecart, like so. Like so. There we go. And it'll end up in the chest. So that'll be the basic design, except it'll all be facing the other way. And we will have, I was originally wanting to do fence posts because I think it'll look nicer. It'll, fit the sheep theme more. But it's kind of important that we have a solid block on either side and surrounding it, so that the wool will fall in the proper spot every time. So we'll have a glass sheep pen. The sheep will sit right here. We'll have grass on either side and in front. So that grass will spread to this block every time, and the sheep won't be able to get to the grass underneath the glass, and the glass won't cause the grass to turn into a dirt block. So that's the basic design. So I'm going to go ahead and build that, and this will be my first time lapse. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the replay mod and get to building this sheep farm. And as for the collection system, it's going to be facing that way. So we'll need to dig down this whole floor, it looks like, by 3 blocks. I'll probably have some sort of like fancy stairwell area down here, and I'll cover the floor in wood. But and maybe have like something fancy in the middle. This middle portion is going to be Jeb. If you name a sheep Jeb, I believe it's Jeb. I've got a name tag here ready for it. If you name a sheep Jeb, it'll turn into a multicolored sheep. So it'll randomly switch between colors. And whatever color it's on, when it's sheared is the color of wool, it'll split out. So, I like symmetry, so we'll just have Jeb right in the middle there, and then the solid colors, the more predictable colors, will be off to either side of him. So I'm going to time lapse this, figure out my life and all that. So unfortunately, the replay mod didn't work for this recording. I think I might have been recording too long and it just ran out of memory. So I'll try again with my next time lapse, my next big build. But the sheep farm is fully functional. We've already got some wool coming in from some of these guys. Let's see, Jeb up there has given us some white wool. We started on this side, so these guys still have yet to eat some grass, I think. All right, what do you think? I figured that we should make it look like the shepherd found some sort of cave to set up shop in, and here we have all the different colors of wool. We've got the different colors of beds, and we'll eventually be adding the carpets and the banners as well after we finish decorating this back area here. Then as we come up here, I'm thinking we can create some sort of bedroom area with a window and stuff so we can look out at his sheep once I get that area done. In this little alcove here, and then this here will be the shop front. But I really like this setup, and we've got kind of like a service tunnel here. I think I'd like to take a break from this part of the build for now and move on to something else. But yeah, unfortunately, it seems that the Jeb sheep starts out as white. When it regrows, it's wool. So we're only getting white wool from him, but that's okay because of all the wools, we could probably use the most of white wool because we can dye it whatever color we need to. But the other wools are doing just fine right now, as you can see. These are just what's been gathered from me working around here and stuff like that. But yeah, I am very happy with how this has turned out. It took a lot of troubleshooting. But yeah, like I think it's a very nice looking build. It as a build, it makes sense to me. I'll probably put like the counter area here, probably, and then maybe kind of a partition wall between the back of the shop here, and then the people will be able to see into the cave itself from when they're at the front counter here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will eventually finish the rest of this, but I've spent a lot of time on this, and I'd like to move on to something else. I'm thinking I'm going to go try out the replay mod again and probably set up a beacon here and extend this waterway. I've got some kelp in a chest somewhere. I have no idea where. I'll have to find it. But we can make a deep river with all source blocks that way. Probably won't make it super deep, but I do, the water level is going to start here, and I'm going to come all the way down here. I'll probably, or I might lower the water level down to, let's say, this level. Maybe I'll make it like a kind of a bit of a ravine. Maybe we'll have a lake here or something, or maybe I'll have the water flowing this way. But we'll have to see. I'll figure it out, but I'm also going to test out the time-lapsing capabilities again with the replay mod, see if I can get it to work. Again, last time it was a bit of a mishap. I think that I had recorded for too long and it wasn't able to save the file. But eventually we're going to have this waterway come this direction and create sort of like an aqueduct type of feature going through this tunnel into the other side. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll have like a little stream to one side, and then we'll waterlog some steps and create kind of like a recess into the sides of the tunnel as we're decorating it. But that probably won't be done today. Today I want to work on the river and get it flowing this direction, figure out how I'm going to landscape that and how it's going to look, and then we'll also have the wall going over the river as well. Maybe kind of like a little river gate here that can open up, and we can have like a little boat dock. Over here, we're going to convert this building into kind of like the fisherman's profession area. And then we'll also make this bridge nice and fancy. I don't know if we'll get to the bridge today, but this episode I definitely want to get started on the wall and get the river dug out. So that'll be the next project, and I'm going to try to time-lapse it. I think the next shot that you're going to see is me kind of using that red wool that I've gathered to kind of path out where I want the river to go, and then I'll dig around that in a time lapse to see if I can get that to work. So cross your fingers. Hopefully we can get it to work, and hopefully it looks great. Okay, so if you saw a time lapse before this segment, that means that the replay mod worked. I was able to at least save the file, but what I think what the issue was is that when I come into a game, I stop the recording because I don't usually need it right away, and then I'll start a new one when I need it without exiting the game. And I think it messes up when it's trying to save two recordings at the same time. So I think that's what the issue mainly was. We'll see if it works out. If you, like I said, if you saw the time lapse before this segment, then it worked. So there's your clue right there. But we've got our river. I think it looks pretty good. What I think I would like to do is do a little bit of design work on the walls. What I think I'll do is I'll kind of bring the bottom part in like out a little bit on this tall part, so like it's been worn away, extend the river out a little bit, and then kind of create some sort of like stalactites where that dirt is for this kind of tall portion here. And then as we get over here, I'll start with lowering down some of the landscape over here on both sides to kind of create like a little bit of a beach area. That you can see the river really thins out. I was just kind of placing blocks randomly for this. So we'll lower that down, especially on this side. I think maybe I'll put the fisherman's hut on this side over here, and then the wall will start over there and go across. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. I've got quite a bit more landscaping to do, but I think we are going to end up with something really nice here in the end. So we can check it out with a quick flyover. And we got our beacon going, so that was nice. That was very, very helpful. I have speed on right now because I was mostly doing like fine detail work where I didn't want to take out a big chunk of stone, or I was doing a lot of dirt, and that's already insta-mined with a decent shovel without the haste beacon. But it definitely helped that I was able to move faster. And then we'll fancy up this bridge at some point. But for now, we're just going to work on the landscaping there and also the wall. I think I'll take care of the landscaping on this part first, and then we'll start on the wall. And then maybe this part will be done on another episode. But we will get rid of this wool right now because it's kind of an eyesore. Just see how it looks without it. But yeah, after this, I'm going to use this wool that I gather here to start planning the wall. And then I'll also finish up the landscaping on this part right here, because the wall's going to go directly over that. So I definitely want to figure out how that's going to look before I start planning the wall. I'm actually really happy with how this looks. We've got some mossy cobblestone in the bottom. We got some seagrass. I mined it all the way down and put some dirt at the bottom layer. Then we did some coarse dirt, some bamboo, some bushes, a little custom tree here, buttons and pressure plates for like stones and pebbles. Over here in the lake, we've got some sugar cane. I'll probably do a little bit more here. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, I think this is the most attention to detail that I've put into a landscaping project ever. So I am learning. I'm very happy with it. The issue is the wall. I was originally planning on putting the wall like across here, and now I really don't want to because it's really nice looking, and I kind of just want to like keep it this way. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put a guard tower in this area that's kind of maybe overhanging the river a little bit, and then go this direction. So the front gate will be right here. We'll have more wall here all the way up to this mountain. It'll kind of follow the river a little bit. And maybe I'll like put something down here like a barracks or something. I'm not sure yet. But I'm thinking the wall doesn't like it would have looked nice to have the wall go over the river, like entirely from this mountain all the way over to here. But I like the way that the river is looking so much that I just don't want to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some more of that red wool and plan out like the frame of it and see how it looks. I'm not exactly sure what materials I want to use yet. I was thinking maybe a mostly stone brick base, maybe leading down into some mossy cobblestone in the river, or I was thinking of maybe stone brick and wood. I'm not sure yet. I'll do some experimenting and see how it goes. In other news, remember 1 or 2 episodes ago how I was talking about maybe doing a hardcore nether only run and seeing how that goes in kind of like a shorter form episode? Well, it turns out that about 20 hours ago, Luke the Notable posted a 100 days in hardcore nether video. I actually have it tabbed over right now. I haven't even finished watching it yet. But for the record, I thought of that idea independently. He was probably filming his at the time that I had said that and recorded it. But for the record, I'm not stealing anyone's idea. It's just, monkeys and typewriters. But I might still do that at some point. I am pretty invested into this project right now, so I'll probably wait a little bit on that. I've also got school to do and all that, so I'm thinking I'll just concentrate on this for now. Maybe once I get more of a following, I'll add another series to the to the channel. But for now, I'm liking how this is going right here. It's gonna look real great once we get everything all said and done. But yeah, next project is going to be the wall. And then I have a special project after that I'm going to be working on, but you'll see that in a little bit. All right, I think we've got a decent design figured out. I haven't figured out the gate yet, but what I did, how I was having the issue with not wanting to kind of go over the river. I think I figured it out. We have a diagonal section here. This will be a guard tower, and we can also kind of have like some boating and docking areas here. And then we'll have kind of some stone coming down, and probably some iron bars to act as like kind of a sewer grate that still allows the river to flow through. And I haven't figured out like exactly what I want to do design wise, but I think I'm going to be doing stone brick. But I just want to kind of, now that I have the basic shape, I'm going to get the materials that I need to fill it in. I'll probably have to move the beacon somewhere else. After I gather more materials, I am going to do another time lapse. So you'll see that in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, how was that time lapse that I have no idea if it actually worked or not because I haven't started the editing process yet. Let me know what you think. I don't really have any music to put with it yet. I've been using Adobe Adobe Music so let me know what you think. I hope you like it. But as you can see, we've got the kind of the base structure of the wall mostly done. I'm going to expand this portion. There we go. Yeah. I had originally made this portion a little shorter, but I wanted to kind of uniform the height of the wall. As you can see, we'll get a nice flyover here. Yeah, I wanted to make the height of the wall a little bit more uniform. That's a little lopsided. I might change that. The original idea was to have kind of a horse stable so they can come out here, but because I ended up making these a little bit making these face this way, like long towers going this way. I may just switch this one around to that same shape because it does look kind of awkward right now when you look at it from afar. But overall, I'm liking how it's turning out. This is just the bare bones version of the wall. So we are definitely going to add more detail to this. Yeah, another reason why I made this one this orientation is because I had wanted this diagonal part to sit flush with the corner of it. But I think I can work around it just fine and kind of fix it up a little bit. Although, what I think I'll do is make sure that this portion is good, and then like this one will just this part of the wall will just kind of have to deal with it as far as alignment goes. It'll just run into where it runs into. But I think the more important part aesthetically is to have the orientation of that tower the same as the rest of these. There's still a lot that needs to be done and decided on for this portion here and this portion here. It could even be kind of a market area for incoming travelers. If we can do kind of a secondary wall over the bridge, or even just along the riverbank here, like kind of like a checkpoint. And then this can be more of like a public touristy location where you might find foreign traders setting up shop and stuff like that. But yeah. Now, at the time of this recording, we're about 2 days away from the 1.17 update. And there's a couple of issues with that because I really want to explore what the update has to offer. Unfortunately, I've gone pretty far out in this world in order to get some of the things that I've needed, like the stuff from the jungle biome and all that. And when I had to come out of a nether portal some 5,000 blocks away. So I've loaded a significant portion of this world. And what that means is that if I update it to the 1.17 update, I'm going to have to find a completely new area in a direction that I am currently unsure about in order to get to the new content. And I also don't want to get too far away from my base quite yet because it's still very much a work in progress. I still have plans for this area down here where we originally set up shop. This is all eventually going to be completely different. So I have a decision to make. I'm either going to have to start a new world and kind of have two simultaneous series going. Maybe I'll do one week and one another week, but that's going to mean slow progress on both of them. I can maybe start a 1.17 hardcore series, even though I'll probably die pretty quickly because I'm good at that. Uh, or I can just bite the bullet and create kind of a nether portal out here. Stupid Enderman. Um, Create another nether portal pathway and just go even farther out, or try to find the direction I haven't gone yet and see if I can get new portions of the world to upload in a couple of days, or to load in a couple of days, to where I can mess with the new content. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think? During my exploration of some of the snapshots, I actually started messing around with some of the geodes, because those were really fun when those got released, and some of them actually spawn on the surface, and I think it'd be really cool to do a surface geode base. Look at how those vines are growing right now. This is just great. I love how this river turned out. But anyways, that could be something fun to do. Making going into a new world and having a starter base be a geode base, and I can. I've actually even thought of compiling a list in order to kind of show people the fun that can be had with that kind of setup, and just posting a video of like my top 5 favorite surface geodes. I was doing that with the snapshots before. I never made the video, but I do have a list of seeds with surface geodes near spawn, including one in a mushroom biome, which was really cool, and one that spawned in a ravine. But I imagine those have changed by now. So I'm thinking that the route that I will go is creating a new world. I'm currently narrating my thought process to you right now, so bear with me. I'm thinking I'll start a new world and have 2 series going side by side simultaneously. Maybe this will be 1.16 Nerd World, and then the other one will be 1.17 Nerd World. I'll eventually get done enough with this project that, with this whole area, that I'll just move on to the next world permanently and have this as kind of like a nice memory. I think with the next one, I'm just gonna kind of rush to the end game where I get the end dragon and the shulker boxes and all that. Still on survival, but I'm not going to bother filming a lot of it because it's real tedious. And this is the part that I like most, when you really get into the building aspects of the world. And I have some fun ideas that I've been wanting to do for bases, such as an MC Escher style labyrinth base, which could be really fun. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So this will be the last episode of this world for a couple of weeks. And then and I'm going to start exploring what the new update has to offer. This will be the last episode of this world for a couple of weeks. Once I finish up the majority of the detailing of the wall and get that set in place, I have one more project I want to do this episode. That's a bit of a surprise. And then after that, we'll be moving on to the 1.17 update in a new world. But we will come back to this world every other week, and we'll continue progress on this whole base. I'm liking the way it's looking right now. We've got the sheep farm pretty much done. We're almost done with the blacksmith, and we're just about done with the wall. But I hope you guys like the way it's looking so far. Let me know if you have any ideas, and I'm going to get to work on this. Watch as the sun sets on the shining jewel of my burgeoning kingdom. As you can see, we've done quite a bit on the wall. We'll do a little bit of a flyover here. I've also lit up a significant portion of the village and the surrounding hills because I'm tired of creepers dropping in on me. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. Eventually, I'll get rid of all these torches and do some more aesthetic spawn proofing. But this is just a temporary measure. As for the wall, I've got some back paneling for the gate here. These are not meant to be functional. These iron doors, they look like this from this side. This does need some more decoration, but the wall is what it needs to be right now. There should be very few monsters coming into our village at this point, which was the goal. Alas, I do have other things that I need to do, such as getting ready for another tour. I've got some homework to do, and so on and so forth. So I think that I'm going to do one more project here. I haven't quite decided where I want to put it yet. Let me see if I can land on this. Yes. I'm thinking maybe up here. I'm going to do one more build project, and it's just going to appear here, but I wanted to tell you guys about it. I'm not going to do a time lapse because I've already got 2 of them in this video, I think. So I'm not going to do a third one, but I am going to make our final project for this episode in this area here. Let's do a little bit more lighting here because I don't want to get snuck up on. But as you know, as some of you probably know, it's Pride Month this month. At the time of this recording, at the time of this posting even, this will be going out on Father's Day, June 20th, or not Father's Day. This video will be going out on June 13th. The week before Father's Day. I post on Sundays, as you probably know. But this video will be going out on June 13th during Pride Month. So I would like to build something as a bit of a dedication to all of my LGBTQ friends. So that's what this project up on this hill is going to be. It's going to be in a nice place of prominence. It's going to have a nice little pathway leading down here, and probably a little bit of an addition to the wall of some sort. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do that yet. That might be another episode that I finish that part off. But there will be a structure here, and I can't wait to show it to you. Oh, look at this beautiful hay. And what do you do with hay? You put it in a grain mill to make grain and bread and stuff. So let's take a look at this thing. The flags are all entities, so they don't load in super well, but we've still got these columns of rainbow wool. And I just wanted to do this little design. I was trying to think of like what could I do for Pride Month without just doing like the standard flag. And I like what I came up with. I think this looks great. I have a lot of friends in the LGBTQ plus community, and a lot of them have had a lot of struggles. I myself am a cisgendered heterosexual male. And you know, there's a lot of ways that I can't understand those struggles, but I can still recognize them and be there for my friends. So I just wanted to give this little shout out to them and let them know that I'm here for them and I support them. And yeah, what do you think? We got the rainbow windows here. And we've got kind of a grain mill. The idea is that the wind would blow through the fins up there and spin the grain silo, grinding up the grain. We've got a little ladder up here for a nice viewing area. You can see the landscape. But yeah, this took quite a bit of time to create, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. So if you're celebrating Pride Month, then give a shout out in the comments, and let your friends know that you support them. and that just that you're there for them. Anyways, this is going to be the last episode for a couple of weeks in this world. The next episode will be in 1.17 in a new world, so I can kind of explore those new features and do some fun stuff with the geodes and axolotls and stuff like that. But we will be coming back to this world in a couple of weeks. I think next time we're at this world, I think the project that I'm looking forward to next is the apothecary. That'll go in this building right here. It's going to have nether wart and mushrooms and plants and poisonous plants and potions and all that. And that's where the priest station is going to be. I'm not super religious, so I think making him an apothecary would be more appropriate for me personally. And then maybe we'll go and decorate our farms, like our creeper farm up here and our iron farm over at Spawn. I have a couple of fun ideas for those. But look at how this world is turning out. Let's find a good landing spot here. We've got a good thing going here. I'm very excited. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate some views, comments, likes, whatever. All your support is very much appreciated. If you've liked my other creative endeavors, then I hope you like this one as well. And yeah, have a great Pride Month. Have a great Father's Day if you're a father. I'm going to be spending it with my son. And that's another thing that I'm going to do in the 1.17 world, because we'll have, I believe, more space. They're expanding the size, the build limit, both up and down. I think that's going to be a good place to start Orion's Labyrinth. I recently got him some big Legos, and he's been building more stuff. So I'm going to take some of his creations and put them here into Minecraft. So look forward to that. Keep an eye out. And I hope you all enjoy it.